The Senate will come to order. The Secretary will call the roll.
Senator Buck. Senator Cannizzaro. Senator Cruz Crawford. Senator Daley. Senator Dignate. Senator Dondero-Loop. Senator Ellison. Senator Flores. Senator Hansen. Senator Krasner. Senator Lang. Senator Neal. Senator Wynn. Senator Orenshaw. Senator Pizzina. Senator Rogish. Senator Scheibel. Senator Steinbeck. Senator Stone. Senator Taylor. Senator Titus.
Thank you. Let the record reflect there are 21 senators present. Please rise for the prayer by Pastor Taryn Hansen, High Sierra Fellowship in Gardnerville, Nevada, and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Well, I'm thankful for the opportunity to lead us in prayer, and I know that for all of you, time is of the essence, so I'll cut this down to 3 hours. Father God, Lord, I thank you for this day and these senators who have chosen to serve our great state of Nevada. I want to thank you for our representative form of government where common citizens set aside their busy lives to serve the people. And as these men and women, our senators, gather, I pray, Lord, that you will guide their every thought. May they have wisdom and insight into everything they consider. May you guide their inquiries and their debates as they seek to keep Nevada strong and make it a wonderful place to live and raise a family. Lord, as our senators serve the people of our great state, may you help them to remember, as you have said, the greatest is the servant of all. So may they remain humble and open to what is best for the people. As Thomas Jefferson said, the care of human life and happiness and not their destruction is the first and only object of good government. And Lord, may that be the drive and direction of this body of senators. Nevada depends on their good leadership, so may they lead with compassion and with integrity. And may you, our God, continue to bless this great state of Nevada. In the name of Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, I pray. Amen. God bless you all.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order of Business 3, reading and approval of the journal. By previous order of the Senate, the reading of the journal is dispensed with, and the President and Secretary are authorized to make the necessary corrections and additions. Order of Business 4, reports of committees.
Mr. President, your Committee on Commerce and Labor, to which were referred Senate Bills numbers 47, 172, and 173, has had the same under consideration and begs leave to report the same back with the recommendation amend and to pass as amended. Signed, Senator Julie Pizzina, Chair. Mr. President, your Committee on Health and Human Services, to which was referred Senate Bill number 138, has had the same under consideration and begs leave to report the same back with the recommendation amend and to pass as amended. Signed, Senator Fabian Dignate, Chair. End of reports.
Order of Business 8, waivers and exemptions.
Notice of exemption, April 16th, 2025. The Fiscal Analysis Division, pursuant to Joint Standing Rule 14.6, has determined the eligibility for exemption of Senate Bills numbers 47, 172, 173, and 277. Signed, Wayne Thorley, Fiscal Analysis Division. End of notices.
Order of Business 9, motions, resolutions, and notices. Senator Cannizzaro.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would move to take Senate Joint Resolution number 9 from its place on the resolution file and place it on the resolution file for the next legislative day.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Senator Cannizzaro, do you have some other ones?
Thank you, Mr. President. I would also move to take Senate Bills 24, 125, 208, 276, and 372 and place them on general file for the next legislative day.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Senator Cannizzaro.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would also move to take the remaining bills on general file and place them on general file for this third agenda this legislative day.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Assembly Joint Resolution 7, introduced by Assembly Members Watts, Mosca, Hibbets, and Senators Wynn and Stone, proposes to amend the Nevada Constitution to revise provisions relating to the compensation of certain elected officers. End of resolution.
Senator Lang.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to refer Assembly Resolution, Joint Resolution 7 and 11 to Legislative Operations.
Just 7. right?
I move to refer Assembly Joint Resolution 7 to Legislative Operations and Elections.
Thank you. If there are no objections, so ordered.
Assembly Joint Resolution 11, introduced by Assembly Member De Silva, urges Congress to enact the Protecting the Right to Organize Act. End of resolution.
Senator Lang.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to refer Assembly Joint Resolution 11 to Legislative Operations and Elections.
If there are no objections, so ordered.
That concludes Order Business 9.
Order Business 10, introduction, first reading, and reference.
Assembly Bill 1 by the Assembly Committee on Government Affairs voids certain regulations relating to the development and disposal of land in the Fort Mojave Valley. Refer to Government Affairs. Assembly Bill 8 by the Assembly Committee on Government Affairs revises provisions relating to state financial administration. Refer to Government Affairs. Assembly Bill 10 by the Assembly Committee on Government Affairs revises provisions relating to local improvement projects. Refer to Government Affairs. Assembly Bill 14 by the Assembly Committee on Government Affairs revises provisions relating to certain public officers. Refer to Government Affairs. Assembly Bill 15 by the Assembly Committee on Government Affairs revises provisions relating to Medicaid fraud. Refer to Government Affairs. Assembly Bill 17 by the Assembly Committee on Judiciary revises provisions relating to writs of garnishment. Refer to Judiciary. Assembly Bill 18 by the Assembly Committee on Judiciary revises provisions relating to the electronic filing of certain documents. Refer to Judiciary. Assembly Bill 19 by the Assembly Committee on Health and Human Services revises provisions relating to the statewide substance use response working group. Refer to Health and Human Services. Assembly Bill 25 by the Assembly Committee on Judiciary revises provisions relating to offenders. Refer to Judiciary. Assembly Bill 26 by the Assembly Committee on Natural Resources revises provisions relating to dams. Refer to Natural Resources. Assembly Bill 30 by the Assembly Committee on Judiciary revises provisions relating to records of defendants who have been found incompetent. Refer to Judiciary. Assembly Bill 35 by the Assembly Committee on Judiciary revises provisions relating to pornography involving minors. Refer to Judiciary. Assembly Bill 45 by the Assembly Committee on Government Affairs revises provisions relating to certain public bodies. Refer to Government Affairs. Assembly Bill 57 by the Assembly Committee on Government Affairs revises provisions relating to the Nevada Interstate Mutual Aid System. Refer to Government Affairs. Assembly Bill 59 by the Assembly Committee on Natural Resources revises provisions relating to governmental administration. Refer to Natural Resources. Assembly Bill 98 by Assembly Members Moore, etc. creates a day of observance for Labor Leader Dolores Huerta. Refer to Government Affairs. Assembly Bill 144 by Assembly Member Backus revises provisions relating to Indigenous Peoples Day in Nevada. Refer to Government Affairs. End of Assembly Bills.
Senator Lang.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to refer Assembly Bills 1, 8, 10, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 25, 26, 30, 35, 45, 57, 59, 98, and 144 be referred to committees read and indicated on the agenda at your desk.
Thank you. You've heard the referrals to the respective committees. Are there any objections? Seeing none, so ordered.
That concludes Order Business 10.
Order Business 12, second reading.
Senate Bill 277, introduced by Senators Cruz, Crawford, and Danyate, and Assembly Members Jackson, Anderson, and De Silva, revises provisions relating to education. The people of the state of Nevada represented in Senate and Assembly to enact as follows, Section 1 and Section 1.
Are there any amendments?
I have Amendment Number 272, proposed by the Senate Committee on Education.
Senator Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that we dispense with the reading of the amendment.
If there are no objections, so ordered. Senator Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to adopt the amendment.
You've heard the motion. Senator Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Amendment number 272 to Senate Bill 277 limits the requirement of public schools employing a social worker full-time to the extent money is available to public schools in a county whose population is 700,000 or more, and requires the Commission on Professional Standards in Education to adopt regulations authorizing individuals employed by a public school in a position relating to school psychology and enrolled in a program to obtain a license or endorsement as a school psychologist to simultaneously complete any practicum hours required of the program in addition to the program's internship requirement.
Any further remarks on the amendment? Seeing none, those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. SB 277 is ordered reprinted, engrossed, and to the general file. Senator Dondero-Loop.
Thank you, Mr. President, and I move that Senate Bill number 277 be re-referred to the Committee on Finance upon return from reprint, as it may have fiscal impact. Thank you very much.
You heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
That concludes order of business 12 on the first agenda.
Okay, we are now on order of business 16, remarks from the floor, introduction of guests. Senator Donate.
Thank you, Mr. President. If you are here for EMS Day, if you can please rise. Today, I would like to go ahead and recognize a group of incredible first responders on the Senate floor. We have Flight Nurse Heather, Paramedic Ryan, Flight Nurse Samantha, Paramedic Field Training Officer Karina, and Critical Care Paramedic Cody, who are at the Capitol today being honored by the Nevada Ambulance Association as part of their Stars of Life event. This event honors the best of the best in emergency medical services in the state of Nevada, and each of these award recipients have gone above and beyond in service to our communities, providing life-saving pre-hospital care both on the ground and in the air. Our state's EMS providers are there for us when we need them most, 24/7, 365 days a year, and I'm honored to recognize this distinguished group and to celebrate their remarkable achievements and their service to our great state. So please join me in thanking our first responders and welcoming them to the State Senate.
Senator Scheibel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I am so honored and so excited today to rise in support of Equality Day and recognize all of our friends here for Nevada's Equality Lobby Day. If you're here for Equality Lobby Day, could you please stand up? We have a number of folks joining us here on the floor. Plus, look at all those people in the gallery. I was told there were about 60 folks here, but that looks like more than 60 to me. And Equality Lobby Day is a time-honored tradition here in the Nevada Legislature. The very first Equality Lobby Days took place in 2009 when a group of LGBTQ advocates founded an organization called Stand Out for Equality and came to the legislature to remind everybody of the importance of equality and ensuring that our LGBTQ members of the community are recognized and considered throughout our governing process. Today, Lobby Days is hosted and organized by the Nevada Equality Coalition. It includes over a dozen organizations that are committed to equality throughout Nevada and really, beyond Nevada's borders. We stand for equality for everybody and everywhere. Today, we have all of these folks joining us to help ensure that Nevadans and our legislature remember all of the amazing contributions of the LGBTQ community, and it's also an opportunity for us to celebrate the wide-ranging diversity of people who constitute members of the community. It's also a time for us to thank allies who've stood beside us throughout the years in ensuring that Nevada can be one of the best places. And I don't just say that because I live here, but objectively, if you will, Nevada is one of the best places to be LGBTQ. We have some of the strongest protections in law for anti-discrimination in employment, in housing, in healthcare. We have some of the largest LGBTQ groups in both southern and northern Nevada. We have just an incredible community, as you can see from all the folks who are here, and it is truly, truly my honor to welcome you all to Carson City today. And every day, but especially today, if you would all join me in giving the folks for Equality Lobby Day a very warm welcome.
Senator Cannizzaro.
Thank you, Mr. President. I am very honored today to be joined by two very special guests. If you could please stand. And I have a proclamation that I'm going to talk about in just a moment. So I am very lucky to be joined today by Marianne Boyd Johnson, who is the chairman of the board of Boyd Gaming, and also Sean Johnson, who is the manager of project development at Boyd Gaming. And as you may know, we have a rich history with Boyd Gaming here in the state of Nevada. And so we have this proclamation. I'm going to read just a little bit from it. I won't read the whole thing. But this proclamation does note that, whereas, since the father and son team of Sam and Bill Boyd founded Boyd Gaming with the California Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas on January 1st of 1975, it has been a visionary leader in community engagement and hospitality, built on principles of trust, fairness, and a steadfast commitment to its team members and guests. And today, Boyd Gaming, with its 5 decades under the same ownership structure, has grown to become one of the nation's most respected casino operators, now managing 28 properties across 11 states, including 10 locations in Southern Nevada, where it has been instrumental in shaping the state's gaming landscape and strengthening its reputation as premier global gaming destination, that we therefore will proclaim that the people of Nevada express their deep gratitude to Boyd Gaming for 50 years of excellence, innovation, and commitment to the Silver State, celebrating this milestone with admiration and best wishes for continued success and prosperity. Obviously, we would be remiss, and I would be remiss, if I also didn't acknowledge just my own gratitude, and for so many of us here in this chamber who are proud graduates of the William S. Boyd School of Law, which we would not be standing here holding our Juris Doctor degrees without the substantial investment and belief that in Nevada we could have a world-class education institution giving out law degrees to so many wonderful students. And I have to take a moment to just brag a little bit about the Boyd School of Law, because they've truly done a tremendous job at creating an institution that is nationally ranked in top universities, that is pioneering when it comes to gaming law, which is both wonderful and unique to Nevada. And so we would not be here without all of that investment and the belief in our community. And so for that, I personally am grateful, and just want to take a moment to acknowledge the many acts and investments and beliefs in our community throughout that Boyd Gaming has sustained for over 50 years. And so if we could all please make them feel very welcome. And Mr. President, if we have no other folks on order of business 16.
We have some more readings.
Okay, then I will wait.
Senator Cruz Crawford.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have Angela Berg here. Please stand. She is a constituent of mine in North Las Vegas. Dr. Angela Berg is a highly qualified, experienced nurse practitioner specializing in medically complex pediatric rheumatology, and integrative medicine. Currently, she practices full-time in pediatric rheumatology alongside Dr. Joshi at the Cure for Kids Foundation. She also provides concurrent care for complex pediatric patients through the Amore Hospice Care Kits program, which she said that she really got involved in when Obamacare expanded. And Dr. Berg is a governor-appointed member of the Advisory Council for Palliative Care and Quality of Life Services as the vice president, and serves, as the vice president of the Nevada Advanced Practice Nurses Association. Her commitment to ensuring access to high quality care for Nevada families remains a top priority, and I thank you for your service. Thank you.
Senator Titus.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today, a very fitting day for the healthcare providers that we have, especially our EMS providers, happens to be National Health Decisions Day. It was a bill that I was instrumental in getting passed in this state in the 2019 session, and it's a national day of recognition. It's a day to encourage individuals to discuss their healthcare wishes, document their preferences in what we call advanced directives, and make sure you appoint a healthcare power of attorney. The goal is to make sure that everybody lets their wishes be known and respected if they become unable to make those decisions on their own. The key is to have that conversation. Sometimes it's very difficult to have conversations with your loved ones, not only what their wishes are, but what your own personal wishes are. Once you have that conversation with your loved ones and your healthcare provider, then the other important thing is to make sure you document it somewhere. So when these professionals show up at your door, you can hand them that pink sheet so they know what your wishes are. Otherwise, they're going to perform what they know is the standard of care to the best of their ability. So please, if you have any questions, follow up with me afterwards, but make sure you talk to your healthcare providers, make sure your preferences are known, document your preferences, and then share those choices. So thank you, Mr. President.
Senator Canizaro.
Thank you, Mr. President. And I want to just take a moment to again thank all of our guests who were able to join us today. As you know, we have very busy floor sessions, so I would move that we take a brief recess to allow our guests to go ahead and exit before coming back to finish some additional business.
We are in a brief recess. The Senate is back in order. We are on the second agenda for today. Order of Business 4, reports of committees.
Mr. President, your Committee on Commerce and Labor, to which was referred Senate Bill number 16, has had the same under consideration and begs leave to report the same back with the recommendation amend and do pass as amended. Signed, Senator Julie Pizzina, Chair. Mr. President, your Committee on Judiciary, to which was referred Senate Bill number 17, has had the same under consideration and begs leave to report the same back with the recommendation amend and do pass as amended. Signed, Senator Melanie Scheibel, Chair. End of reports.
Order of Business 8, waivers and exemptions.
We have no waivers and exemptions at this time.
Thank you. Order of Business 12, second reading.
Senate Bill 47, introduced by the Senate Committee on Commerce and Labor, provides for a study of certain issues relating to insurance. The people of the state of Nevada, represented in Senate and Assembly, to enact as follows, Section 1 into Section 1.
Are there any amendments?
Amendment number 107, proposed by the Senate Committee on Commerce and Labor.
Senator Pizzina.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to dispense with the reading of the amendment.
There are no objections. So ordered. Senator Pizzina.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to adopt amendment number 107 to Senate Bill 47.
You've heard the motion. Senator Pizzina.
Thank you, Mr. President. Amendment 107 clarifies that the study shall include an investigation into the adequacy of the workforce providing behavioral health care in Nevada, clarifies that it shall include an investigation into potential and actual outcomes of an inadequate behavioral health workforce, adds self-funded multiple employer welfare arrangements who are regulated by the Commissioner of Insurance and not exempt from compliance with federal mental health parity requirements, and finally, adds a requirement that a contractor who conducts the study must include in the report recommendations for behavioral health care, workforce development, and retention.
Any further remarks on the amendment? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. SB 47 is ordered reprinted, engrossed, and to the general file.
Senate Bill 138, introduced by Senator Cannizzaro, makes provisions governing Medicaid eligibility and enrollment for certain infants. The people of the state of Nevada, represented in Senate and Assembly, to enact as follows, Section 1 into Section 1.
Are there any amendments?
I have amendment number 59, proposed by the Senate Committee on Health and Human Services.
Senator Donate.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to dispense with the reading of the amendment.
There are no objections. So ordered. Senator Donate.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to adopt the amendment.
You've heard the motion. Senator Donate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Amendment 59 to Senate Bill 138 does the following. It replaces the language of the original bill. It requires a qualified hospital staff member to provide a written eligibility notice to the pregnant woman with information about the beginning and end dates of the presumptive eligibility coverage, and requires a staff member to provide written notice that a newborn born prematurely with low birth weight or any other condition that qualifies for Social Security income may be eligible for certain benefits in presumptive eligibility under Medicaid.
Any further remarks on the amendment? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. SB 138 is ordered reprinted, engrossed, and to the general file.
Senate Bill 172, introduced by Senator Flores, prescribes certain rights for agricultural workers. The people of the state of Nevada, represented in Senate and Assembly, to enact as follows, Section 1 into Section 1.
Are there any amendments?
Amendment number 307, proposed by the Senate Committee on Commerce and Labor.
Senator Pizzina.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to dispense with the reading of the amendments.
If there are no objections, so ordered. Senator Pizzina.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to adopt amendment number 307 to Senate Bill 172.
You've heard the motion. Senator Pizzina.
Thank you, Mr. President. Amendment 307 to Senate Bill 172 removes provisions requiring payment of wages and overtime for agricultural employees and makes conforming changes.
Any further remarks on the amendment? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. SB 172 is ordered reprinted, engrossed, and to the general file.
Senate Bill 173, introduced by Senator Neal, establishes provisions relating to the environment. The people of the state of Nevada, represented in Senate and Assembly, to enact as follows, Section 1 into Section 1.
Are there any amendments?
I have amendment number 308, proposed by the Senate Committee on Commerce and Labor.
Senator Pizzina.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to dispense with the reading of the amendments.
There are no objections. So ordered. Senator Pizzina.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to adopt amendment number 308 to Senate Bill 173.
You've heard the motion. Senator Pizzina.
Thank you, Mr. President. The amendment removes prohibitions for certain products containing black plastic, recycled plastic, and certain plastic bottles. It prohibits the use of plastic cutting boards in food establishments, revises provisions relating to the testing of certain hair products, changes penalties, and provides heat islands in certain redevelopment areas, may be considered blight, among other amendments.
Any further remarks on the amendment? Seeing none, those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. SB 173 is ordered reprinted, engrossed, and to the general file. Senator Dondero-Loop.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I move to re-refer Senate Bills number 47, 172, and 173 to the Committee on Finance upon return from reprint as necessary, as these bills appear to have a fiscal impact.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
That concludes order of business 12 on the second agenda.
Order of business 16, remarks on the floor, introduction of guests. Seeing none, we will now go to the third agenda. Order of business 4, reports of committees.
Mr. President, your Committee on Revenue and Economic Development, to which was referred Senate Bill number 412, has had the same under consideration and begs leave to report the same back with the recommendation amend and do pass as amended. Signed, Senator Dean Neal, Chair, and reports.
Order of business 8, waivers and exemptions.
We have no waivers or exemptions at this time.
Order of business 12, second reading.
Senate Bill 16, introduced by the Senate Committee on Commerce and Labor, revises provisions relating to contractors, the people of the state of Nevada, represented in Senate and Assembly, to enact as follows, Section 1 and to Section 1.
Are there any amendments?
I have amendment number 298, proposed by the Senate Committee on Commerce and Labor.
Senator Pazina.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to dispense with the reading of the amendments.
No objections? So ordered. Senator Pazina.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to adopt amendment number 298 to Senate Bill 16.
You've heard the motion. Senator Pazina.
Thank you, Mr. President. This amendment clarifies that the board may refuse for up to a year to issue a license to a person who is not a licensee, among other amendments.
Any further remarks on the amendment? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Let's see, SB 116. SB 16 is ordered reprinted, engrossed, and to the general file.
Senate Bill 17, introduced by the Senate Committee on Judiciary, revises provisions relating to specialty courts, the people of the state of Nevada, represented in Senate and Assembly, to enact as follows, Section 1 and to Section 1.
Are there any amendments?
I have amendment number 252, proposed by the Senate Committee on Judiciary.
Senator Scheibel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to dispense with the reading of the amendment.
No objections, so ordered. Senator Scheibel.
I move to adopt Amendment 252 to Senate Bill 17.
You've heard the motion. Senator Scheibel.
Thank you, Mr. President. Amendment 252 revises the conditions of eligibility for misdemeanor pre-prosecution diversion programs to exclude individuals from consideration who have been accused of committing certain crimes, have been previously convicted of certain violent crimes, or have previously participated in a pre-prosecution program in this state.
Any further remarks on the amendment? Senator Titus. Oh, it shows your button. You're not going to speak? I can turn it off. Hold on. Okay. All right. Any further remarks on the amendment? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. SB 17 is ordered reprinted, engrossed, and to the general file.
That concludes order of business 12 on the third agenda.
Senator Cannizzaro.
Thank you, Mr. President. Before we get to business of voting of the day, I think we should take a recess. So I'd move that the Senate stand in recess until the hour of 2 p.m.
Hour of what?
2 p.m.
2 p.m. You've heard we are now in recess till 2 p.m.